Just getting underway again. I was stopped for about 50 minutes, and in that time no boats passed in either direction. And just as I'm sort of getting ready to cast off again, one boat comes through the lock and there's another one following up behind it. So I've nipped out in front of that one. When I say nipped out, I don't really mean that. The boat has got to fill the lock and come into the lock and empty the lock to come down, so I'm not pushing in or anything like that. That's interesting. There's a pillbox there, which I obviously didn't see on the way up, as it would have been behind me. But I'm not actually sure that was a pillbox. It was made of concrete and the walls were about 12 inches thick. The boatie in front is just filling the lock, and it's just beginning to rain, which is something I was hoping to avoid. I'm not doing very well with the weather, am I? This boater is rendering assistance, which is most helpful, for which I am grateful. I didn't film going through locks 12 and 11, and I'm presently waiting to enter lock 10. Well, I've lost track of the locks. I thought there was only one more to do, but in reality there's two. So we've just done 4 locks. I've had help with them, which has been tremendously useful. That was the penultimate lock. The next lock, the bottom lock, will be the last one of this flight. I can see some movement down there, but I can't really see what's going on. I think the boat ahead of me must have already passed through, and there could be another boat coming up possibly. Yes, there is a boat coming up, which is very handy. Oh, the lock gate is opening now. I was about to say we're just waiting for the boat to level out. Yep, the lock gate's being opened, so I should soon be in. Wonderful. No, you're going up?
Yeah.
There's quite a few coming down.
Another one coming down.
Oh, there's a whole load of them coming. One after the other. Yeah, but it helps, doesn't it, if there's one going up, a couple going up. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's quite busy. Yeah, oh well. Well, I've now done the 6 locks after lunch. That is the Napton Flight. Come down through the locks. I'm now going to puddle along and probably try and find somewhere to moor up. I should have been having a good look out when I came through this morning, seeing I'm going back the same way, but you can't always register everything. Anyway, I'll see how far I can get. It's a much brighter afternoon now. We've had a lot of rain. I couldn't do much filming coming down through the locks. We had horrendous rain again. I think you'll see it from the camera on the back of the boat. I'm glad to see no boats are coming down. Makes it a little bit easier through here. Well, I'm pleased to say it's brightening up again, particularly looking ahead. Well, it's really lovely now. Very nice indeed. Just how it should be. It's a bit tight through there for me, so I'm waiting. Yeah, we did a good job with that one. Doesn't always work so smoothly, does it? As I've said before, Napton Narrowboat is where I hired a boat from for a weekend to get some experience. I'd never been on a narrowboat before, so I thought it would be a good idea to see whether I enjoyed it, and I really did so. So I decided to buy a boat. Wonderful. In fact, I did have some boat handling sessions at the Crick Boat Show in 2016 and 17. It might actually be interesting for me to get my thoughts together and do a separate vlog on the experiences of that weekend, because I learnt a lot. Various things went wrong, not of my doing or anything, but it was a useful experience. Well, I'm moored up. Believe it or not, I'm at the same position as I was yesterday. So I've done the Napton Lock Flight, or 7 of them, returned to where I set off from. That may sound daft, but it is quite a nice spot here. And I've been travelling for about 6.5 hours again, which is quite sufficient. The weather tomorrow is not looking good, and it may be a layover day. I'll see what happens in the morning. I might decide just to move a few miles, or I might just stay put. We'll see what actually happens. But certainly all week it's been forecast that tomorrow will not be a good day. There are actually some threatening clouds above anyway. But when you look somewhere else, you see it's a bit brighter. The fan is still turning from last night's fire. This doesn't look really promising, does it? Not a very nice day to go cruising. Good morning. This is the 4th day of my travels. I'm at Lower Shookborough near Napton on the Hill. It's not a very pleasant day today. The forecast is for rain through much of the day. Temperatures are shown as 6, 7, 8 degrees, but the feel factor is 5 degrees less than that, so only 1, 2, 3 degrees. It's windy. The rain is going to be not too heavy, I think, but it's going to be persistent. It's very dull. It's not a good day for cruising. I know I've not been up that long, but I've not seen any boats pass yet today. Might have felt one when I was in the shower. The boat did rock, but just before that I had heard gusts of wind. In fact, they're saying wind speed is about 22 miles an hour and gusts up to 45 miles an hour. So I'm going to stay put today, I think. I had thought about moving on just for an hour or two, just to run the engine and charge the batteries. This is a side of things I'm not really familiar with, because when I've travelled before, I've moved on every day. This will be the first day I've had a sort of layover, if indeed I do stop all day. I have an inverter on the boat that gives me mains power up to 1 kilowatt, which isn't a great deal, but I don't use any heavy appliances when I'm cruising. I have 3 appliances of about 800 watts each. That's the kettle, the toaster, which I very, very rarely use, and the microwave, which again I hardly ever use. So for my hot water, for tea and everything, I use the gas. I use the gas for cooking. So I don't need a lot of power. The only things I am powering from the mains is the television when I watch that. I've got a small tabletop fridge which is mains powered. That's 50 watts, so I use that as well. The telly is actually 40 watts. Other things I'm charging are batteries for cameras. The phone and things of that nature get charged by the 12 volt supply. So I don't really know whether I need to run the engine a lot or not, because I'm very new to this. I've got no battery monitoring system at all at the moment. I hope to change that, but for the present I've just got to sort of work out for myself whether batteries need charging. So it'll be a good idea, I think, to run the engine shortly, and then I'll do it again later in the day. So what am I going to do with my layover day? Well, I have got 1 or 2 things to look into, and I will of course be doing some film editing. So I'll say bye for now, and I'll catch up with you later. Well, there have been a few boats come past in each direction, but just now the boat seemed to rock violently and I wasn't aware that a boat was passing. So I looked out my side hatch to see what was going on, and a couple of ducks suddenly scurried away from the side of the boat, and they're trying to swim against the flow of the water. It's so sad to see, actually. Take a look. I think these ducks are trying to swim against the flow of water. They're not getting very far, if anywhere. Just after I finished filming the ducks, I was closing the hatch and a boat came along, a hire boat, and boy did my boat rock. You can hear things falling about. Take a listen. I'm back by myself.
Alright, see you.
All the best, cheers. Thanks for watching. Please do remember to like and subscribe. Take care. Bye for now.